B&A, Beastars, Doraemon, Polar Bears Cafe, Kimba the White Lion, and of course, Hamtaro. All these are anime that mainly have animals as their cast. Now, even though these shows can be looked at for comedic value or very cutesy or sometimes for kids, some shows actually have adult themes, a little bit of gore, and a little bit of sexual tension that makes you question yourself a little bit. Just a little bit, though. You don't have to blame yourself. Don't shame yourself. And the anime that we're going to talk about today is Odd Taxi. Odd Taxi is a seinen manga that was published January 15th, 2021 and ended July 22nd, 2022. It was published by Shogakukan and had about 5 volumes. By April 6, 2021, it came out with an anime that was licensed by Crunchyroll and was aired on TV Tokyo. The series ended June 29th, 2021 with a total of 13 episodes. Also in 2002, it was given an all-in-one film called Taxi in the Woods and was given a spin-off in 2023 called Route of Odd Taxi, written by Konomoto Kazuya, who's also written things like Setosumi, which is a manga series that has only live action adaptations. And he's also worked on this collab project called Crow's Respect. And right now he has a project called Hosenka that's on its way but has not got a release date yet. And it is illustrated by Takayachi Abaraya. Outside of Odd Taxi, he also has a project called Neji Kimo. He pretty much updates it on his Twitter all the time. Y'all click the link in the bio to support the artist. Odd Taxi is about Hiroshi Odokawa, a 40-year-old walrus that's just the normal taxi. We follow him in his journey as he picks up passenger and passenger, listens to their issues, and gives them advice, like honest advice, whether they want it or not. But in this Tokyo-based land, we get a big mystery that's going about. There's been this missing high school girl that everybody has just been trying to find for some reason. And as we get closer into Hiroshi's life and we follow him home, there's a mysterious voice in his closet. I just love how this anime gives you one of those, oh, we're just going to get a slice of life, but with just animals instead and stuff like that. But we get this mysterious twist, and especially for it to attach to the main character that they kind of get you to like within the first few minutes because of his character. I would give the plot overall a 2.5 out of 3. The thing is about the world building that is so interesting to me is that, like I said earlier, it's based off of 2021-22 Tokyo, Japan. So nothing's out of the ordinary. The only thing out of the ordinary is that all the people that live in the city are animals, or based on some kind of animals, walruses, llamas, or is it alpaca, something like that, gorillas, baboons, cats, dogs. You see it, bears. We've seen it, but the crazy part is they don't really bring up or make it a big plot point of them being animals. Like, they're not talking about how some are carnivores or some are herbivores and how they, like how Beastars did. They just live their life. Like, they just live their life as if they were human. They eat regular food. They They drive cars. You don't see them doing anything animalistic like showing claws or anything or biting each other, nothing. They literally just live their life as if they were humans. That's why it just caught my eye of most of anything when it comes to the world building, because we also see different aspects from different characters in the story and how their issues and their lives intertwine in this one plot. So I give the world building in this short anime a 2 out of 3. Character development was a little tricky for me because it wasn't really about the development of the characters on here. We actually wanted to see what got us to where we are from the beginning, because you want to know what's going on with the history of these characters, especially the people who are plot points in this whole story. So most of the episodes that we're getting stories that explain why we're getting to where we are now while we're moving forward, if you can think about that. And it also, basically what I'm saying, it just really pays off at the end. So when it comes to the character development, I'm gonna have to give it like a 1.5, because really it's not one of those animes where you focus on the character's development. You focus on what's surrounding and the mysteries of the plot and the holes that are getting filled in as the story progresses. I don't have too much to say about the animation. I mean, it's a 2021-2022 anime, so it has some very great animation to it. Not too many flaws on it. Very smooth, especially when it comes to the intense scenes, and it actually goes sometime with the CGI well, and that's something I don't really say often. So when it comes to the animation, I give it another 1.5 out of 3. Bonus and negatives. When it comes to the bonus points, I give it bonus points simply because of the characters. These little subplots that happens between each core character of the show is amazing. I didn't really put it into character development because, like I said, it's not like the characters develop much other than the main character. That's why, but I do say the subplots that happens with the characters are very, very interesting, and really what actually keeps you attracted to the show and what's going on. Certain personalities that people had was weird, was crazy, and I'm not gonna lie. A friend of mine made me realize that a certain character, as I described them, it was somewhat stereotypish and a little racist. I'm not gonna lie. It was just I'm gonna talk about that a little later on the video, so stick around. But it was. But it still made it interesting and made it memorable. So I'm gonna give it a bonus 0.5 simply for the characters alone. I don't really have negatives about it. I would say there's a couple of episodes that makes you feel like what the heck is going on and why, and it makes you feel like you got derailed from the actual plot, but it all comes together, so I'm not going to fault it for that. But it just I won't fault it for that. Well, let's go ahead and go over the total. At the plot, I have it a 2.5. World building, I have it a 2. Character development, a 1.5. Animation, a 1.5. And I gave it an extra 0.5 just because of the characters and their subplots. And I didn't have any negative. So that's giving it a total. And according to my chart, this is a good anime. It's a good anime. That doesn't make it any more than what it is. It's a good anime. I recommend it. I think you should try it out. It's only 13 episodes. But this is what we're going to start doing a little different. On my final thoughts, I actually go over the animes because I know some people have been asking. Yes, I've been doing no spoiler reviews, but some people actually want to know my thoughts, and it's kind of hard to get in touch with. I know, yada yada yada. So that's what we're gonna do for my final thoughts, is go over what I really think about the anime. Final thoughts. Like I said in the last chapter of this video, I really do recommend this anime. This is one of those animes that you can just sit back and watch with a loved one, especially if you want a nice little binge of something that has a thriller, some mystery to it. Spoilers for anyone that has not watched the show. If you have not watched the show, I thank you. Like, subscribe, all that good mess, hit that bell, and I will talk to you later. And we'll just talk about it in the comments or something, or Discord, link in the bio, about this anime, okay? Alright? You ready to go? Okay, go. Alright, guys. Now, the part with the porcupine is what I was talking about, that my friend made me realize that it was a little kind of racist, you know what I'm saying? Like, my man, it was a porcupine. His porcupine looks like locks, and every time he spoke, he was rapping, and he was a gangster, and he was about his shit too. That was the crazy part. He was about that. But and the big shocker at the end, right? And then the whole crazy thing with the alpaca or llama lady. She was stealing drugs for the monkey dude, and then not the monkey, the baboon, and then the baboon actually being a gangster. Like, baboon was one of my favorite characters because he was about that life. But he learned his lesson when he got that clip put on him. when he got popped, he got humbled. You know what I'm saying? The whole mystery about the high school girl was fun. It's what draws you in. But I'm not gonna lie, the dude that became a straight up crash out because of an eraser. I mean, I understand, bro. You put like 100,000. I don't know how much it is in yen straight off the head, but I understand. Bro crashed out over that fucking eraser. He crashed out over that eraser. Anything, and then bro had that mentality like, you know what, yo? Anyone that has something to do with me having a bad day is cashing the shell. I can't blame him on that. You feel me? And then the jump with the music group, it's like they took a whole bunch of like great crazy plot points or crazy situations and put it in one show, and us seeing animals and stuff like that just made it. I just love that formula. I love that formula. Let's put some real shit, some crazy situations that we'll see in these soap operas or dramas, and let's just make the cast a bunch of animals. And that for real, it's automatic money, or at least going to catch the attraction of people who's in that demographic or whatever, especially when it comes to anime. What else when it comes to my final thoughts on this anime? I'm really going off the head. Usually I just do go off the head on most of these videos. I used to read scripts and stuff, but I used to write scripts and stuff for this, but it just got very annoying, and I love just going off the head. So, but this right here is just a one take go. This is what I'm always gonna put just one take on. You feel me? It'd be better for me to close out with. I don't know what else plot things or anything that went to it, but what would y'all say in the comments? Like, put in the comments crazy things about the show. That make sure you put spoiler warnings on your comments though, for the people who haven't watched the show and stuff. But let me know with some things that you loved about the show. Crazy plot points, crazy, if anything that I said, if you had the same thoughts on it, or if you have different thoughts on it or different theories of things on it. Let's keep in touch and keep me, if should I read and review the sequel or spinoff to Taxi? Is it good or not? Because I mean, I know they did it, but I didn't really read it or anything like that yet. And like I told you guys, make sure you know what I'm saying, get that like button. You hit that like button. It really supports this, really motivates me and gets me out here to make more videos for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you are not subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. And check out my other videos, even though credits Alton is going to tell you that. I always interrupt and tell them that a little earlier. But bless.